Schedule a free design consultation, and the more you buy, the more you'll save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more from Budget Blinds. Visit budgetblinds.com today.
Moses joins us with sports. Moses, now you have to admire those who come back from a big injury.
It's true, but I'll tell you, Bart, there is a certain fine line that you have to go through, especially when you're dealing with a bout of concussions, multiple concussions, as a matter of fact. In this story, Claire Hanna talks to a member of the Rustlers women's volleyball team where the danger of another injury was too much of a risk for the sport.
Fourth-year Rustler outside hitter Sophie Dessranleau has been a magnet for concussions since she was in high school. Her first two came weeks apart, and her initial reactions to the injuries were nonchalant.
I didn't really know if I felt anything. I just knew, okay, doctor says I'll take time off, and I kind of did, and then just came back to it and didn't really know how serious it was. I think I was young and didn't think it was a thing yet. In her second year playing for the Rustlers, she suffered her worst concussion to date. I got hit directly in the face from in a drill, and I wasn't wearing a helmet yet or anything, and I was hit right cold out, and that was when I first started suffering actual concussion symptoms, and I had to I had to drop classes, I had to put my midterms on hold. But Dessranleau wasn't ready to give up on her volleyball dreams yet. At a doctor's recommendation, she started wearing a helmet for protection while playing, but the worst blow to her head was yet to come. At the end of this October, I suffered in the weight room. Actually, I got hit like in the back of my head.
We have a workout bar that we have to pull down, and she was had her head down changing the weight, and the bar is heavier than the weight itself, so it came and cracked her right on the head. She was lying on the ground crying, and I went and got her ice, yeah. Though this wasn't the worst concussion she suffered, Dessranleau pushed herself and returned to the court too soon. I came back too soon. I took a little time off. I thought I was okay. Came back too soon, practiced, and now I'm really suffering from it. Over the holiday break, Dessranleau started noticing more post-concussion symptoms like fatigue, sensitivity to light, and having trouble focusing. So she went to a doctor for a second opinion. She said you could feel great to practice, but she said it's the risk of getting another one. And I think she gave me the career-ending, don't play again note, and I didn't really know what to do with it at first. In my fourth year, it's a lot easier to deal with too, though, because I know I can still give from where I'm at. 50 and one to the right.
So making sure that she takes care of all the younger players and ensuring that they're doing what they're supposed to do and living up to the standard that we expect here.
She sees things that maybe Austin doesn't because he's, focusing on running the drills and stuff.
Moving forward, Dessranleau has a positive attitude and wants to give as much as she can to her team that currently sits second in the North Division of the ACAC. I'm going to put my ego aside. I'm going to think long term, and I'm going to think, what can I give this last semester? I get a little emotional about it because it's hard because it is my last semester playing, and I think being here this long as a wrestler, I just am trying to give as much as I can. So. Go Rustlers! Claire Hanna, Newcap Sports.
Thank you, Claire, for that story, and best of luck to Sophie in whatever her endeavors may lead to. We'll move on to hockey now, and some trade news out of the AJHL this afternoon. The Lloydminster Bobcats have dealt a 20-year-old today, sending forward Lucas Bench to the Spruce Grove Saints in exchange for 18-year-old forward Taylor Latosky and a future consideration. Now, Bench was tied for the team lead in points with 31, scoring 7 goals and adding 24 helpers. Latosky is listed at 6'2", 205 pounds. In 29 games, Latosky had 3 goals and 4 points. With one 20-year-old dealt, it should be interesting to see if more will be sent by the Bobcats come the January 10th deadline. We now turn our attention to curling with spots up for grabs at the Viterra Scotties. Maidstone's Jill Shumay will be heading to Prince Albert for the Northern Playdowns, hoping for another berth to the national stage.
Definitely our number one goal is to get back there and win, and we want to represent Saskatchewan in Saskatchewan at the Scotties this year, so I'd be disappointed if we didn't make it to provincials.
The Shumay rink wants to improve on a not-so-successful provincials in 2014. The team added a new wrinkle to the mix. Gone is Kara Johnston. Nancy Martin will take her place at third. A welcome addition to the team that has qualified in 4 of 6 Bonspiels this season.
Fabulous to play with. She's knowledgeable and easy to curl with, and yeah, she's been a good addition to the team.
Northerns are an 8-team triple knockout format with the top 3 teams qualifying for provincials. For Shumay, it's all about making it to Assiniboia on January 21st. The issue of winning Northerns outright isn't a concern, given the way the provincial rankings are drawn.
We rank ourselves, and so once the 12 team field is determined. Each team sends in a ranking 1 through 12. And so sometimes people take into account what berths you came out of, but not usually. It's usually like the whole season.
The Northern Playdowns get underway tomorrow night. And that is your first look at sports. Gerard Lampow has your weather details coming up.